We live, bro. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's your boy, the Goon, and we back again on another fine episode. I got my co-host, the Machine Gun, the notorious one from Brooklyn, baby, baby.
Hey, you know what
Drink
I'm
the
saying?
first.
How you doing, man?
Man, I'm
I'm
good.
Drake, man. I'm from Brooklyn. Tim's for my hooligans in Brooklyn.
Hey, bro,
you
I got
know,
a question to ask you,
Pete
man.
Gators. Pete Gators from my Detroit players.
You already know. Hey, I got a question to
Yes,
ask you, bro.
yes, sir.
Is the PBC broke?
I think the PVC broke, bro. My honest opinion from my research from 3 years and 3 months, I would say that PVC broke, and I say that Al Heyman is just running it in the ground, and he's doing a good job of robbing Peter to pay Paul right now.
On that Ponzi scheme type shit?
Basically, yeah, getting the fighters to reinvest. You know what I mean? Well, invest in the company. You know, to keep it going, taking their money, paying the other fighters with it. Then, hoping that the projected pay per view comes through, and that's it.
Okay, okay. So what's all this back and forth I've been hearing with you and Kwame and a lot of other people, AJ, about the PBC and the Showtime? Like, get the people like a breakdown of like what's been going on, because this been going on for like about a year and a half, maybe year,
Yeah,
something like that.
yeah,
Break it down.
yeah. They basically say that PBC and L, they seem to think PBC and L has a lot of power, and the way that the boxing was set up is, can we talk here, Goon? Can I talk to you?
Talk to your
Can
boy,
I
man.
talk to you?
Talk to your
See, we
boy.
all know that boxing is ran by the mob, or we're gonna say ran by a certain group of individuals, but it's funded by,
Italians.
there you
Italians.
go,
Okay.
and it's funded by the Jewish people, right?
Right.
Okay. So when Al comes in, Al kind of finessed the Jewish people into giving him money to open up a rival company. When he first began, he said that he was going to take his money to invest in the music business, but instead he took his money to invest in the boxing. So that
So
pissed off the
he
Jews.
tricked him.
Yeah, he tricked them.
Okay.
That pissed the Jews off, and they said, "We're not giving you money to start up a rival company with us. We're going to sue you to get our money back. That's shady business." That language sound familiar?
It does.
So they end up suing them to get their money back. So that was the first lawsuit right there. You know what I mean? Which that automatically puts them a billion and some odd change back in the hole.
He's
Then
still
comes
paying
the
back
other
Beyonce though, ain't he?
absolutely, absolutely.
Or is
Then
that
you
like
got
a disclosure agreement type shit?
his disclosure, but he settled out of court. And you know where we from, if you settle, that means your hand in the cookie jar. They got you. Because I'm not settling for nothing I didn't do. You
Bingo.
caught me in my hand in the cookie jar, let's talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about it. What can we do here to make this go away? You know what I mean? So you got them lawsuits. You got Big Dog, Bad Dog. The lawsuit with Bad Dog was for 100 million. You got the lawsuit with the conjoining lawsuits with Golden Boy and Bob Arum, which that didn't go because they couldn't prove that he was really in violation of the Muhammad Ali Act, so they threw that out.
Oh, facts.
Then you got Bob, yep. Then you got Bob that had his own lawsuit, which was settled out of court um, for undisclosed amount again. But that was well over the $100 million mark itself. Then you got Floyd to invest. That was in 2016, 15. Then you got Floyd to invest in 2016, and he invested 122 million, which in def- put him in the hole with his taxes. He didn't pay his taxes because on the pretense of Al supposed to pay him back. And
Right.
so what he did was he had tax problems. If you go back, he had tax problems before he fought Manny Pacquiao. So he used the money for Manny Pacquiao that Al paid those taxes for him with the purse off the Manny Pacquiao fight. So he didn't get paid off of that either. That per his own words, he's still getting paid. We both know. My uncle was a professional boxer, so
Yes, he was.
they can tell the guys that don't box that boxers don't even have opinion. So when he said I haven't got, I'm still getting royalties. There's no such thing as royalties in boxing. There's no such thing as back end money. There's none of that. You get what you negotiate. If I negotiate $1 million, then if I get $1 million in 4 checks, guess what? It's gonna be $1 million in those 4 checks. It's gonna total up.
Dude's supposed to get paid after the fight over with, though, right?
Absolutely, and that's the end of it. That's the end of it. The only thing that's the hold up is, let's say, if we on pay per view, and then the pay per view numbers
The
don't
numbers,
go. But
right?
the percentage,
Yeah.
absolutely. But the percentages is already done in the initial agreement, the initial package. That percentage is negotiated in that initial negotiation because you don't negotiate twice. You don't win the fight, then go back and negotiate about the pay per view money. See what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
My
But
service has been rendered,
specifically,
and I need to be paid, bro, in a timely manner.
there you go. There you go. My 60% that Canelo got, he negotiated that on the first negotiation with the first bag. You know what I mean? So he won
Right.
60% no matter what the pay per view was. He gets 60% of it. He just happened to hit the jackpot because he knows that his brand is what it is. It's the Canelo brand and it's gonna sell.
Oh yeah, for
That's
sure.
one of the reasons. Absolutely. That's one of the reasons why Canelo wanted his money all up front. I want my 40 million and the 60%. I want my within that week after the fight. And if I don't get it, then you're in violation and I want another couple $1 million on top of it. So that's where we have it. But yes, PBC is tanking. We all know that. We all know that Showtime is fronting the bills. We
Hmm.
know that. Just like this fight right here coming up with Spence, which I alluded to earlier, that PBC is out of the running. PBC actually owes Showtime. So in order for Steven Espinoza to get paid now, they don't trust Al. He says, "Well, I tell you what, I'm gonna throw this show so I can get my money and I'll pay you
Mm. Talk
instead
that
of
shit.
you paying me." You see what I'm
Right,
saying?
right,
And
right,
that's
right.
where we are right now, you know.
Well, you know, they have been
Now,
saying that the zone was broke for years, bro, or going broke. I'm take that back, going broke, but they still here, and they giving out the biggest bags to me to the fighters.
once you a made man, they're not gonna never let you go broke.
Right.
They're gonna never let you not succeed in this game. You know what I mean? We all know that um Eddie Hearn's dad is British. He's a British billionaire. Then on top of that, his mother
Right.
is Jewish descent. See what I'm saying? And we all know that Al is Jewish also. So they will not let each other fail. They won't let each other fail. Not in this sport of boxing.
I got a question for you, Drew. Where the fuck was
Yes,
Sam
sir.
Watson at today? There go my boy Phil, my brother. What up, gang?
That's a good thing. That's good. Well, Steven Espinoza was there. He's doing this. This is a Showtime event. You know what I mean? So even though you might see the PBC on the banner, that's by default. That's because PBC. That's because what is um, what is Earl Spence? He's from PBC. So you got to put the PBC on the banner. So
Well,
PBC is
Earl
on the
said he
banner
started off with Showtime earlier today at the interview, at the press conference.
yes, yes. And that's what another thing. That's what PBC people would like for you to believe. They like you to believe that some type of way PBC and Showtime is the same entity, and they're
Right.
not. Showtime is the platform for the boxer. They're just not solely a PBC for a PBC. Like anybody can throw an event on that platform. It just so happened that they do business with Al Heyman the most. You know what I mean? But
Okay.
Showtime is for the taking with anybody. You know.
AJ in the building, Drake. My nigga AJ's in the building.
What going on, man?
What's good with you?
Yeah,
Just clocked out, man.
yeah.
Hey, bro, we clocking in right now. You clocked out, but me and Drake, we clocked in right now. And
Shit,
we
I want
locked
to.
in.
What's up? What going on?
Bro. I mean, shit, I seen Earl and Dog on there today. You know, I ain't even gonna say Dog name because he been all in the cameras like P. Diddy. I ain't seen him in no gym, nothing. You know, this fucking setup bullshit, bro. You know, just to buy some time
Oh,
for the next fight. But yeah, Earl looked good to me. He looked focused. You know, it's been a lot of talk. He looked
man,
focused and
I ain't
calm to
seen him.
me.
I ain't seen him
To
look like
me.
that in a minute.
Yeah. To me, you know, I know Drake said he
So,
looked nervous, but to me,
hey,
he looked calm. I ain't gonna lie. He looked calm and just it looked like he's just ready to go. You know what I'm saying? What AJ laughing
I
at?
think he was nervous, man.
that goddamn Drico just be saying shit, man.
No, man,
Hey,
listen.
look, Drico say
Hey,
the
hold on. I think
PBC
my
was
shit
going
far
broke
behind.
too,
Hold
but
on.
now all that shit
You gonna have
coming
to
to
come
light.
back
So
in.
you gotta, you gotta get that man his credit. AJ, you gotta
Hey,
get that man his credit now. Let's not do
Can y'all
that.
hear me?
Drake,
Y'all can hear me?
yup, I can hear you.
Damn, hold on.
Oh, AJ can't hear me now, huh? Did we catch a body? Oh, we didn't caught a body, bro. You started talking about
We
that
gone.
broke ass PBC, and you done caught a body already.
But yeah, man, but PBC is not a part of and you're gonna see Steven Espinoza slowly distancing himself from PBC and Al. You know, I'm not even sure if PBC even has an agreement or a contract with Showtime. I'm not even sure about that. I looked it up. I couldn't find no
Hey, y'all hold
contract
it
with
down for
Showtime.
1 second. I gotta give me some
Can,
trees. Y'all hold it down real quick.
can y'all hear me now?
Yo, we hear you, bro.
Yep, I can hear you.
Okay, all right. My son, I think I was on it. I'm on the back road. What's going on with you, Drake?
Oh man, I'm chilling, man. How you doing today?
Good day.
Yo, yo.
T- Today a good day, man. I'm living good, feeling good. You know all that.
Oh yeah, yeah. You must
Hey,
be
but
lagging. You behind?
yeah, I'm lagging like a motherfucker. Hold on, I'm finna get off this back road though. It should stop in a second.
Okay.
I ain't on no Wi-Fi right now. Can you hear me good?
Yep, I can hear you.
Okay. Man, did you know? I didn't know. Bivol was that much bigger than Canelo. You seen them two
Oh
beside
yeah,
each
Bill
other?
was a big dude. Man, Bill was a big dude. That's why I say, man, listen, that's a good fight. He's a better fighter than Charlo, man. Bill would beat up Charlo, bro.
What was you saying about the bigger fighter?
Right, I agree. But some folks, what he say?
What was y'all
You
saying about
seen?
the bigger
Did
fighter?
you know Bivol was that much
Oh,
bigger than Canelo?
Did I know he was bigger than Canelo? Is that the question?
yeah,
That
Yeah,
much
yeah,
bigger.
yeah. He been in the division before him, so yeah, for sure.
yeah. Canelo short, man. Canelo only what?
He's
How
I
tall?
stocky.
didn't know he
Canelo
was
about
that much bigger than him. Like,
5'7".
yeah, Canelo about 5'7".
Yeah. Canelo only like yeah,
Shit, I think because you remember, y'all got to realize he used to fight at welterweight at one time.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
True.
so
But yeah, man, I see if you see the platform today, man, you see Steven Espinoza there, man. Steven Espinoza, that's Showtime, Showtime only. It
but
ain't
it's on
let's not
Showtime
mistake.
though.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. If you pay attention, bro, you're gonna start to see Steven Espinoza slowly start to distance himself from Al. And it's starting today. It's starting today.
Well, talk on it. Talk on it.
Well, you know it. Steven Espinoza. This is what I get. Steven Espinoza gets a budget from Showtime. Steven Espinoza a boxing budget. Even though Espinoza goes and he delivers that bag to Al to make the fight happen.
Right.
Some type of way, Al didn't deliver that bag to um, uh, Tank Davis, and he said to Tank, I mean, he said to Mayweather, hey, that's your job. You the promoter. You supposed to take Tank. Mayweather said, nah, bro. Steven Espinoza gave you that bag. You supposed to take Tank. You see what I'm saying? So now Steven Espinoza was in the middle. So Espinoza, to keep his brand well, he said, okay, I tell you what. since it's some type of discrepancy, how about I do it? I put on the fight, I break y'all off since y'all can't get it together. And that's what's happening now with Stephen Espinosa. Them Eddie Hearn, you're gonna see big moves with Eddie Hearn and Stephen Espinosa in a second. But Eddie Hearn is also beefing with Al.
Eddie
So
Hearn
you're
is
gonna
what?
see Eddie Hearn
Eddie
is
Hearn is
also got
what?
a little is beefing with Al also.
Eddie Hearn?
Eddie Hearn.
For what?
Eddie Hearn. It over something that happened a while back, man. I can't remember quite. I have to look it up. But that's the reason why the Canelo thing just went down the way it went down. Like he basically rubbing that in their face, and that's why he wants to put on that show 3 weeks after. He wants to put on the Canelo fight 3 weeks after this Spence fight because he thinks he's gonna run PBC out of business. He want to rub that Canelo.
Right. You know what it is with Eddie and Al might be the whole Canelo thing going over there for that fight too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That might have something to do with it too. If you look at it, Canelo is the face of boxing right now. So it's going to be huge wherever he go to fight at. That's going to be huge.
Absolutely.
What you think,
Absolutely.
AJ? AJ got his mic muted or something? Go on again, bro. They gonna swear we jumped him, bro. They gonna swear we jumped him again, bro. Damn, Drake. Yeah, I was following the press conference today, man, and bro, I just think this shit is a waste of time, bro. Did this, somebody got to get that other belt that he got, but it ain't gonna be. He ain't beat neither one of them, bro. Ugas ain't beat neither one of them dudes, man.
No.
I swear, I feel like this shit is a setup, bro. This nigga in the cameras, I ain't seen that motherfucker in the gym with no gym picture with him, with no headgear or nothing yet, man. Nothing. Can't tell me.
Oh, man.
Man,
This nigga taking this fight serious, man.
You know Ugas always in the gym, man.
Man, this motherfucker in the camera more than Puff Daddy, bro. I ain't lying.
He trying to, you know what I'm saying? Shit, he got a duty now. You know, he got to.
Listen, bro, he don't got to sell that fight. You see what Dillian White just did? He didn't even fucking show up to the press conference yesterday.
That's what I was just gonna say, bro. You saying Tyson Fury 85,000 tickets in 3 hours?
Yeah, you know them some. I think them the loyalist fans over there, bro, across the pond, man.
And they said they put in an app to have it up to 100,000. Had an audience up to 100,000.
What sold the fight?
Yeah, like I guess it had sold out, and they finna request that the you know what I'm saying, the attendance be 100,000.
Yeah, I wonder what the ocean shit is over there with having all those motherfuckers, bro. You know they got 100K for a little fight over there. They'll have 100 over there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, damn, is it COVID anymore?
I ain't heard nothing about it in about 6 days. We might be straight.
We might be straight. Yo, that's crazy, man. Hey, look, bro. I know I'm about to get off subject a little bit. I like Dillian White. I know a lot of people don't. I respect him because, like, if you look at his resume harder than Wilder's. But I know there's a lot of Wilder fans over here because they pro United States and all that stuff like that, or they want to do the feel good story because of his daughter, and things like that, and that's why they root for Wilder and all that. But
right.
I always wanted to see Dillian fight Wilder, bro, and I always thought that was a fight that Wilder didn't want. So it's good to see Dillian White get a good fight, whether he win or lose, because for a stretch he was fighting all the tough opponents too. Well, I ain't gonna say tough opponents, whatever was left.
Right.
Opponents. You feel what I'm saying? But I know my man
Wilder knock him out. If Wilder didn't knock him out,
don't like him
on
though.
his ass.
Who that?
Dillian White. I think he damn near. I ain't gonna say he'll just whoop Wilder like that, man.
I'm not saying that he'll whoop Wilder like that, but Dillian White said something, and I remember I was looking at an interview about 3 to 4 years ago. And they got on Deontay Wilder. Wilder had the belt at the time. And Dillian was trying to get that fight. Wilder didn't want to fight him. He wanted to fight AJ or whatever. So Dillian, they was interviewing Dillian White. He said, bro, I got a text message from this dude saying that he will not fight me. I got a receipt right now that I can show it to you that Deontay Wilder saying that he will never fight me. So then Wilder comes back and was like, well, I want to fight AJ or whatever. Then that's when Hearn was like, well, look, fight Dillian first, and then we'll put a package together for you to get AJ. He didn't want to do that. He just wanted to fight AJ. I think Wilder figured that he could beat AJ. I don't think he was too sure of Dillian White.
Like style-wise, that shit, man, that was all bad there.
But look what Dillian said, though. He said Wilder can punch like a motherfucker with that right hand. He said, but he do that windmill and shit out of defense. So I sat back and I was listening to him. He said, think about it. Everybody else fighting, He said, when you trying to get a motherfucker up off of you, you windmilling, you fighting out of defense and shit. You're not fighting. Yeah. And I was like, damn, that's good money. That's good money.
I remember you said that. I remember you said that you said that like last year sometime.
Yeah, but I heard it from Dillian about 2 years before that. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just think Wilder had a lot of yes men around him. He fell in love with that power in that right hand, and he didn't work on shit else.
Yeah.
And you look, we almost lost loyal to the game boxing, uppercut boxing, BF boxing, because all them dudes was pro Wilder dudes. But remember, they used to give me the business. And when Wilder lost,
they used to take that shit past boxing.
Listen, AJ, me and Goon was the only two that said that Wilder would never beat Fury. Out of all of them dudes,
that's a fact.
He was the only two. Yeah.
I had a nigga talk so crazy to me one night, nigga. I was ready to beat his ass, bro. I was like, I ain't know what nigga was that. Like, nigga, who the fuck is you talking to like that?
Like
bro?
I said, man, some of these niggas, man, they take that shit past boxing.
Yeah,
man.
I'm like, bro, I don't give a fuck if Wilder beat him or not. I'm betting my money on Fury. That's how I rock with shit, bro. I'm only betting who I think will win for my money.
Yeah.
But I will tell you this. Go ahead, Drink.
Oh no, mine was totally off subject. I just remember what that beef was about. I remember what the Eddie Hearn, Al Heyman beef was about. It was Steven Espinoza that jumped in the conversation. It was over the Wilder, AJ. You just jogged my memory it was over Wilder and AJ. You remember when Wilder was supposed to, Heyman did something and Steven Espinoza stuck up for Heyman, and Eddie Hearn said they was beefing. It was on Twitter. They was going back and forth.
Yeah, I remember that.
Twitter.
I remember that.
Yeah, so that's what it was about. Yeah, that's what the beef is about, and it's surfacing now again with this Canelo thing. You know what I mean? But Steven Espinoza gave an interview recently, and he kind of took Eddie Hearn's side over Al Heyman, like low key. You know what I mean? So,
well, you gotta look at it like this, bro. I don't know how much y'all keep up with Eddie Hearn. Nobody really likes him, even over there. They fuck with his daddy. So he got the business from his father, but that's the reason why Fury don't fuck with him, and Khan didn't want to fuck with him. I think it was Khan or Brooke. I can't remember which one of them it was or whatever. But like, they don't really fuck with Dog. They say he's shady as fuck.
I think it was Khan. I think Khan said this shit.
Yeah, they say he's shady as fuck. But Fury said the same thing. I remember Fury saying it.
Yeah. Well, he's a gangster. Eddie Hearn is a gangster. Eddie Hearn is a main man, bro. Whether people know it or not, but he's affiliated with them Irish gang members, Irish mob over there. And they're very powerful over there in that part. The Irish mob over there is just as powerful as the Italian mob is over here.
Bingo.
And that's what Eddie Hearn's affiliated.
Bingo.
You know what I mean? So you can say what you want to say, but you better watch your mouth.
Watch your mouth. Hey man, Tommy T fucked up. That's Tommy T Drake over there with all that coughing, bro.
Is it?
Yeah,
That's
Tommy
my
T over on
man,
the couch.
Pop.
He over there on the couch, bro.
Pop,
Hey,
listen,
Goon,
man.
can you hear Drico good, or is it just me?
I can't. He may need to go out and come back though, because it's popping a little bit. Drake. Go ahead, AJ. Go on and cook, bro.
Shit, my last I just got off. I ain't even get to watch the goddamn. I ain't watched the press conference really yet. I got on that mo. You know, I seen it. I threw a little joke out there. You threw a little shade, goddamn it. Then I went on back in the house. Shit.
I ain't gonna lie. Earl looked good to me, bro. It looked like he
Yeah,
calm.
from
And
what I seen, and then I heard somebody say something. Say he still ain't say Bud name or some shit.
no, that was me. I was talking shit. I was just being funny because when they was asking him about Bud, he said that. But you know, like it goes back to what I said last week. I don't care if them niggas call each other name or not. I just want them to fight. Like this is what be irritating me on both sides for both fan clubs. Like, oh, he didn't say his name. And then when the other person don't say his name, then it's like it's okay now. No, bro. Like it got to be the same for both fighters, bro. Who gives a fuck if they call their name out or not? I know I don't, as long
Some
as
of
they
these
fight.
niggas, they want a nigga to say their name.
Yeah.
They want a nigga to. I mean, they want a nigga to have a talk shit contest. I be wanting this shit. I be wanting to see that shit too a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna trip because I ain't get it. You know.
Right.
But nah,
Testing.
man. From what I see, man, if Earl stay on this track, like I said, he living good, man, eating good. He got the nutritionist and shit, man. The boy ready.
He looked, I mean, you know what I'm saying? He looked good to me. Like, I ain't gonna stunt. I'm gonna keep it a band. I felt that he was just like real relaxed and calm up there today. But I think the reason why he probably like that because he know this fight is useless, bro. He about to beat the shit out of Ugas, dog. Like,
Yeah,
for real.
he got to make a statement.
Yup.
Got to.
I gotta say this. You can look in a man's eyes. You know what I'm saying? In the body language. Earl ain't too sure of himself right now. And you can listen to the questions that was asked of him, and you can tell by his reply. He wouldn't say he was gonna stop Ugas.
Right.
He wouldn't say, you know, with
I thought he was being facetious on that. I thought he was being facetious on that when he was talking about the stoppage, because in my mind, I took that as I'm about to stop this nigga.
I kind of got it on it. He was like, he got to make a statement. That's what I felt like he was trying to get at, but he ain't just want to say he gonna stop him, and then he end up not stopping him because he's like he said.
That's why I gotta go on camp on that.
I don't know. I ain't stopping nobody in a minute, but
he said that against Sean
Porter. Then he got to talking about, you know what I'm saying, the weight, the sauna shit, and all this shit.
Right, but he said he was gonna stop Sean Porter and Danny.
Yeah. I don't remember saying he gonna stop Danny. I remember him saying him and Porter going back and forth. When Porter had said something about him not stopping Mike.
Your man, Drake.
Like, I am gonna stop you though.
Tennessee in the building.
What's up? What's up, guys? Coming on in. Take a second. I'm getting on here. Give me one more second.
Get yourself together. We're gonna keep cooking until you get yourself together.
We keep cooking.
Go ahead, AJ or Drake, whoever said that.
No, AJ was cooking.
Yeah,
go ahead,
EJ. We just in for a treat, man. I feel like he ain't just trying to be too cocky type shit, but he know what's going on, man.
Yeah.
I done seen, you know, I done seen Ugas hurt by some niggas he shouldn't have been hurt by, but like I said, you know, he ain't never been stopped and nothing.
We know that happens though. Like you can get buzzed. Yeah. You know, we know that shit happens. See, but I think Earl about to beat the shit out of this boy, man.
I think he gonna get knotted up, man. They gonna stop it about the 9th, 10th round.
Hey, look though. So Earl mentioned that no, not Earl, but Derek James mentioned that they knew Ugas had fucked his arm up against Manny, but his arm was fucked up before the Manny fight. Drake, you pointed that shit out to me, remember?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. Yes, sir. His arm was fucked up before that fight, man. And they knew it, and Al knew it, and he tried to.
That's what he said. He said before the fight, didn't he?
Yeah. But you know, Al tried to sneak that belt in there and get Manny that belt, but Ugas beating and that monkey wrenched the whole program.
And bro, on some real shit, I felt Manny was gonna beat Ugas, but just me thinking from a stylistic standpoint, I'm like, he could beat Manny if he could, use his intangible. But I really didn't think that it was gonna get to that. I thought Manny was gonna knock him the fuck out.
Nah.
Me too.
I didn't.
Me too.
Yeah. I thought Pacquiao was gonna whoop his ass too.
Me too.
Hey, he shocked the world like motherfucker. Like, went in there and fucked the money up, really.
You know what, bro? And now I'm glad you just said that, AJ. Now all them years I wanted Wilder and AJ to fight each other, and I said on IOTBA show one day, I said somebody go fuck around and fumble this motherfucking bag. I'm hoping that shit don't happen either way because I want these two dudes to fight before they both decide to leave and go to 154.
I think this fight with Ugas is it don't make no sense. It's about make as much sense as Ugas and Spence make about as much sense as TC and Porter.
You can't say that though. Cause y'all be, you know what I'm saying, you be like, how many belts Spence got? How many belts he don't want? I mean, he getting another belt.
I see what you're saying, AJ, because
y'all say he ain't never been undisputed. He ain't never, he getting his accomplishments up,
Uh-huh. Whoa. No, we're not doing that.
Did he say accomplishments?
No. You can't use that word. That nigga went dark. He done went to the black mode on that.
Who?
He didn't want
to say that, bro.
Hold on, this ain't no accomplishment. A third belt, holding 3 belts.
No, bro, you can't use that, bro. Remember, that's the narrative that they brought up. That you can't bring up nothing that Bud did that wasn't at 147. But they could bring up the fact that Gamboa buzzed him up, and he ducked Regis at 140. That was the one that was funny to me, ducking the Regis at 140. That shit was crazy.
I just think the belt. Reason I say this fight is useless, man, because with or without this third belt, what is it there to? You still got to fight TC, bro. You could have fought TC right now, knocked him out the way, and then you could have unified with Ugas, bro.
With an easier fight in the end for that damn undisputed.
Yeah.
That's a step backwards.
No,
exactly.
You got one goal in mind, undisputed.
Yeah, but okay. Well, let me ask y'all this. Serious question.
Okay.
If you was Earl Spence, would you really argue a 50-50 split with Terrence Crawford under Bob Arum, or would you stick under Al Heyman at a 60-40 split and get a belt off a fighter that is probably lower than TC? What would you do if you were Spence?
No, I can't. I ain't knocking that at all. As a fan, just want to see them. I ain't knocking that at all. I can agree with that.
Right.
But as a fan, this is why I try to stay out of their pockets and just want to see the fight.
Yeah.
Feel what I'm saying?
I want to see the fight too, but I tell you what, I think it's more meaningful if you get two undefeated welterweights in their prime fighting for undisputed. That hadn't really even happened in history, man. I'd rather see them fight for undisputed than if Earl Spence went and beat Terrence Crawford, or Terrence Crawford beat Earl Spence, then they fight Ugas.
I can dig it.
I don't think Ugas has earned the right to be to fight for undisputed. You know what I mean? If he beats Spence,
now if he go in there and wash Earl or some crazy shit, or
then he deserves.
I right now, I just don't see it right now.
Yeah, I don't think he deserves undisputed. I mean, I wouldn't say give him an automatic undisputed fight unless he beats Earl or he beats Crawford.
Right. Okay. You know what? I can agree with that.
That's just my way of thinking. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I feel you though. Like, I definitely feel you because I'm looking at it on both sides. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And everybody tired of the marinating the fights and shit. I'm tired of watching fighters put shit on hold and fight later and it don't damn happen. You know what I mean? And I think after this fight right here, and like I told you, I'm really more of a boxing fan than a person, right?
That's me too.
I kind of lean towards Spence. That's my boy. I ain't gonna lie to you, you know what I mean? But I think Crawford is a fucking monster. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, if Spence wins this belt from Ugas, and I say if, because it ain't a wash, then him and Crawford must fight. Fuck all the other, forget all the other. We're going to make it wait. We're going to build Crawford's name up. Whatever you got now is got to come with it.
Okay,
right
look, check
now's
this
the right
out.
time.
Check this out, Scott. I feel it should be like this. Me keeping a band, I think Earl should get the bigger split. But that means that he's going to have to really do a real negotiation and be open to like some real dialogue, not this internet shit, right?
Right.
So if you're saying that you got one more fight after this one and you going to 54, the last fight that us real fans want to see is him and Bud, correct?
Right.
So you just can't go in that motherfucker on no 70-30 shit because you trying to be great like Bud did at 140.
I don't think
so we're gonna have to negotiate, bro. Like we're gonna have to.
But I don't think, to be honest, man, I don't think Spencer's on that shit. I think he said that shit joking with Bud that time on camera. But at the end of the day, man, them two dudes really respect each other. And like Bud said the other day, I talked to Spence, me and Spence gonna fight. Now they never gonna negotiate in front of the camera for us. Everything they gonna do is gonna be on the back. You know what I mean?
Right.
And Crawford said twice he talked to Spence with it. And I think like this, honestly, I think it'll be a 60-40 split. That's
okay, but that's what I'm saying. Like me being real, I can see a 60-40. Then on a rematch, that other person gets the bigger share, or whatever. But what I'm saying is, if you go in there with the mentality like take whatever I give you, you really don't want to get undisputed. Because you know he's not going to take that. Yeah, like I know it's me and you. I know Scott ain't going for that shit. So I'm gonna try to outprice him and shit like that. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You gotta really be honest and fair when you go in there. Like, yeah, we know you're supposed to get the bigger split, but don't price yourself out of the fight.
Oh, I agree. If Spence come here and talk about some 80-20 bullshit, then he's ducking. That's ducking.
70-30. What about 70-30?
I don't see 70-30. I see 60-40.
Okay.
Because the reason why I say 60-40, because the A side, you still get to pick the stadium. You still get to pick other stuff that you want that comes with it. Yeah, you get to pick all that comes with it. You know what I mean? And then you gave Ugas, I don't think Ugas took no less than 60-40, or Sean Porter, they took 60-40, right? So why not give it to Bud? And I think with that last belt, because you need that belt to be undisputed, and Crawford done been undisputed before. See what I'm saying? It's a difference. Right. So Spence needs that almost as much, if not more than Crawford needs it.
Because don't fuck around and let Crawford get that motherfucker and he go be undisputed in 2 divisions and now you talking about going to 54. Man, now you talking like GOAT shit.
Man, if he move up, let's say he say, fuck Spence, I'm going to go up there and fight Brian Castano and get his belt and go for undisputed up there. It's still legendary status for Crawford. Anything Crawford does right now is legendary status, whether he wins or lose, to be honest. He in a no-lose situation. If Spence somehow beats Crawford, we can't say he will or he won't, but let's say Spence beats Crawford, right? Long as ain't no first-round knockout shit, Crawford is solidified. He's another Hagler Hearns. You know what I mean?
Right.
Crawford has proven himself at that point, to me.
Yeah, I mean, like, bro, he's daring to be great. You feel what I'm saying? Like Earl about to do the same thing when he go to 54.
Yeah.
And so on and so forth. You know what I'm saying? You got to dare to be great, bro. But like, Roy Jones Jr. is probably one of like in my top 5 ever. But I can't put him ever in that top 5 because he didn't have a competition in them divisions that he was fighting in, bro. Like, if we really being honest about it, he came along at the wrong time for those divisions.
Think so?
Yeah, I mean, think about it. Bernard Hopkins.
Man, B-Hop was a motherfucker. You had
and James Toney, but them rematches never happened.
Too. But Roy was like to me, Roy was kind of like a once-in-a-lifetime fighter. Some shit he a freak of nature, man. He was so fast, so much. His twitch reflexes, he had shit that you couldn't teach it. You know what I mean? And if he had quit when he beat John Ruiz instead of fighting Tarver, if he had retired, everybody would have been saying Roy probably would have been the best to ever do it. He'd have been the best.
Except for me, though, because of the fact that he didn't have the comp. You feel what I'm saying?
But what about when he moved up in 1 heavyweight? That still wasn't no small task, man.
Okay, he fought John Ruiz, bro.
Yeah.
You see what James Toney did to John Ruiz, bro? Like, James Toney stood in front of him and beat him up.
But Goon, look at the. You think James Toney put on that weight gradually?
Yeah,
you know what I mean. You looking at a 170, 175, 178 pound dude that put on that muscle, went up there and took that from John Ruiz, and then came back down.
And beat Tarver.
All right, so look, I love this because now we got a good debate going now because I always been on the other end for Roy. Let's be honest, fellas. He fought John Ruiz, bro, at heavyweight. Probably one of the worst heavyweight champions that we had.
But it still counts from 178.
No, it counts. It counts like a mug, but what I'm getting at, Roy's footwork and hand speed would have kept him out of trouble all day long anyway. Ruiz wouldn't have touched him anyway.
Yeah, but you know what? Roy wasn't engaged. You got to be honest. Roy wasn't engaged with John Ruiz.
But he can get in and out so quick and hit him, bro. It's gonna be crazy. You feel what I'm saying?
But,
he wanted to fight Tyson. Now,
when you go back and watch that fight, watch how tired Roy was at all that stuff he put on. He was huffing and puffing.
Yeah, the weight.
And he didn't run. And he went there, took some shots and gave some shots, right?
Right.
No way it happened. He should not have beat John Ruiz that could hang with other heavyweights.
Bro, I would bet with Roy Jones every single time against John Ruiz, bro.
Would you?
Yeah, listen, bro. John Ruiz, Sean Porter, and I love B Hop, but they style that mauling shit. It drives me insane.
Yeah,
bro.
but think about it. How much did John Ruiz weigh in that fight? Was he like 220 or something?
Yep.
230?
Yep.
And Roy was barely like 205, 208, something like that.
But John wasn't no thumper. That's why I go back to you. Like if Roy would have got in there and fight Tyson and stayed in there with Tyson, you know Tyson good for 4 rounds. But
who did John Ruiz win that belt from?
He beat Holyfield. See my point?
Holyfield
was washed. Yeah, Holyfield was washed by that point. Go back and look. I'm on top of it. They fought twice. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Goon won it from.
But Goon, when you say the people that he beat, you also got to factor in how he beat them. He was supposed to beat them like he was Roy Jones. So he beat them in a dramatic fashion because you couldn't touch him. And he proved that. He didn't get in there and play with you.
And you remember Roy threw a 70 punch combination. Remember that time he threw that 70 punch combination?
I remember. And
we all know, because you used to box, right? Didn't you used to box?
Yeah.
So we know how hard it is. Every pound counts in boxing, correct?
Oh, for sure.
And anytime
up
you're
or down,
know if you gain 3 pounds or lose 3 pounds, that affects your strength when you benching, whatever you're doing, right? Imagine Roy putting on 20 pounds of muscle and fat, then dropping back down, losing another 20 pounds to fight what's the name?
Oh,
and Roy probably was like 8% body fat when he did all that.
Okay. Yeah, you're right.
And think about this.
That's tough because you got to gain the weight and be able to maintain it.
Yeah.
And then he took it back off for the very next fight.
When was that, Tarver?
Tarver.
Yeah, Tarver. And he beat Tarver the first time. And then trying to go back and be real impressive again, Tarver knocked him out. He was winning, and Tarver caught him with that punch and knocked him out. But
Tarver was going to always be a tough fight for Roy. That's why Roy avoided that fight for so long. He knew about
this is one of the problems that a lot of boxers don't think about. When you gain weight like that, it makes your brain and your head swell. When you lose weight like that, it affects your brain. So when you get hit, you can't take punches like you used to.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Tarver caught him, and ever since Tarver knocked him out, Roy had been knocked out a few times since then.
But see, okay, so now we get into that barbershop talk where I used to tell him that years ago. I'm like, Roy great and everything, bro, but we ain't seen Roy get hit yet.
Yeah.
Even Roy Jones was forced to lean back. Like he wasn't getting touched. Yeah, I'm on your drink. Yeah, I'm on your drink.
Yeah.
So I was always cautious, not saying that he didn't have a chin or no shit like that, but I just didn't know if he did or he didn't.
Yeah, but this is what I say. After that going up and down in weight, I say it's 2 different Roys. The Roy that came back down from Ruiz is a different Roy than the one that went up. After that, Roy he wasn't taking it serious no more. He rapping. He really was. You remember he kept saying, I can't get up for the fight. I can't get up for the fight, right?
Yeah, he couldn't get up to fight Tarver either.
He was out of it. Like Danny Garcia right now. Danny Garcia needs to retire. He ain't into boxing no more. He trying to rap, have a clothing line. Yeah. His beautiful sisters, right?
Yeah. Man, they fine.
I mean, but I gotta tell you, don't Roy own Don't Roy own the record? Ain't he the first and only boxer with the punch with a zero that
Never
limited
got
his
hit or some
opposition?
shit.
Yeah, in a
Yeah,
round or something like that, or a fight.
yeah,
So he
yeah.
owns that record. So not only was he good offensively, defensively, you couldn't hit him either.
Okay,
That's how
so
far
now go ahead, Drake.
and that's how far above the competition he was. So when you say that his competition, he made them look like they were supposed to look. If I'm an elite and I'm this far over you, when we
Yeah.
box,
I'm
that's
gonna
gonna
show you
show.
that. I'm gonna show
There,
you
there
that.
you
Yeah.
go. There you go.
Okay, so what my analysis on it, I just felt Roy didn't have nobody there that could challenge his athleticism and everything. Because think about it, Roy was not fundamental. You know what I'm saying? He was here with the Sugar Ray Robinson and the Ali shit. But when you get older, what's the first thing to go?
Your speed. Your speed goes.
Yeah, them feet. You now you go sit down and try to trade more, lay on the ropes. Ali. So because he wasn't fundamentally sound, he got away with that stuff so long until
it
the
came back to
attributes
haunt.
started diminishing.
It came back to haunt him in the end because
but
he got
that came from all that going up in weight, coming down in weight.
Yeah.
Before that, you never saw it.
Yep, that was Vinny Paziano. Yep, that was the fight. Vinny.
Yep.
Good.
You remember when Roy fought his sparring partner? That dude, was it Virgil? Was it Virgil Hill? He hit and broke his ribs, and then the fight
body
after
shot.
He
the left hook to the body.
Yeah, and then he fought one of his sparring partners out of that. When Roy kept putting all that water on him and the ring got slick, you remember that sparring partner that got him a couple of good shots on Roy before Roy stopped him?
Yeah. Now, like, I don't want y'all to think that I'm saying that Roy wasn't he was a dog, but I just always question him for the fact that he just never had nobody in his era. You feel what I'm saying? Like James Toney, not to make an excuse for James, but he ballooned up in weight when they fought. Like, it really wasn't that fight.
I got what you're saying.
I don't never want to be the one to say that. I just wanted them to run it back because it really ain't nobody else there for you, bro.
But you remember Montel? Montel was a good boxer too.
That first fight, Montel gave him fits. He gave Roy fits that first fight.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, he did.
That second fight,
he was winning the fight.
You think? I thought Roy, man.
I'm talking about on the official cards. Montel was winning the fight till he got.
I had Roy up.
No, I'm not saying that Roy was down. I said on the cards.
On the cards, yeah, I know.
I think they had Montel Griffin up.
Go up on that fight before Roy hit him when he took that knee. When he went to take that knee, but you got to think when Roy hit him and he took that knee, that was a 10-8 round right there.
Right there. Yeah.
And then they kicked Roy out. They disqualified him for that hit, which Roy would have won that first one anyway.
But you seen what he did to him in that second fight. God damn.
Hey, he showed you what Roy can do.
Right. And that was never in question with me. It was just the level of opposition that he was up against. And I feel the same about Spence a little. And I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay.
It's only because they say Bud don't have no competition. So when we really break down Earl's competition, Ocampos at the time was a motherfucker, but we knew he wasn't going to be Earl.
Right.
I knew Mikey Garcia was not going to be Earl.
Right.
I knew Danny Garcia was not going to be Earl. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like the attributes that he got, he going to beat those type of guys.
Right.
That I just named.
Right.
Peterson, Matisse damn near killed him. He wasn't going to be Earl. Like,
right.
Earl ain't really got that motherfucker except Keith and Bud. To me, Sean gave him a real tough fight. That was one that I wanted to see.
Yeah,
you know, that was a tough fight.
But I tell you what, I tell you one thing I don't like about Earl Spence. I think Earl Spence, one of the things I don't like about him, he go out of his way to try to prove a point, like fighting Sean and beating Sean on Sean's
in the phone booth. Like, why?
I mean, it's like you don't fight Sean on Sean's fight. Just go whoop his ass like Bud did.
Well, Drake just said,
like,
I'm better than you. I'm about to beat you.
Yeah.
Get it over with.
Yeah.
Brother,
for Earl to fight Sean if he boxed him.
The thing is, brother, my brother, and I'm gonna call you Tennessee respectively.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Ain't no problem.
You know, the thing is, Earl is limited offensively.
You think so?
I think he is. He's limited offensively. And Goon heard me say this. a while back when with Sean Porter. Yeah. And Sean Porter, no one had Sean Porter. I think I said Ugas out hustle Sean. I mean out muscle Sean, out finesse Sean. I said that Spence outworked Sean, but Sean has never been put in a position to have to fight somebody else's fight. And TC put Sean in that position in that what, 6th round, 5th round, 6th round, whatever round he knocked him, stopped him in. He put Sean in that position to fight his fight because Sean makes it messy. And I think what EJ is limited skills, he had to fight Sean like that. It wasn't
I don't think so. I think what Spence was trying to do was knock him out to make a statement, right? And I think that Bud, when Bud fought him, give me y'all opinion. I'm gonna tell you my opinion on that. I don't think Sean Porter was Sean Porter when he fought Bud. And the reason why I say that long layoff he did and doing all them damn podcasts, his mind wasn't into it like he was with everybody else.
I don't think that was it, brother.
I think Bud still had a chance of stopping him, but I don't think that was the classic Sean Porter that Spence saw.
Well, I don't. Oh, go ahead, Goon.
Yeah, go ahead, Drake.
No, you go, Goon. I went.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I think that Sean Porter was in shape. I think when Sean Porter said that he was in the gym actually 2 weeks after that Spence fight, he got right back in the gym. So I think he was in condition. I think the thing was Earl thought he was gonna stop Sean Porter because of the previous thing. So Earl Spence went in there off that interview saying, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna stop you."
Yeah,
he was cocky through them whole interviews. Earl was cocky.
That's why I laughed today. That's why I laughed today when he said that. That's why I laughed.
Yeah. Go ahead, cook, Goon, cook. That's all I had to say.
With Earl, you said something about with him and Sean Porter, he didn't have to fight that way and something like that.
I was saying Earl could have fought Sean Porter differently, kind of like he did Mikey Garcia. He could have boxed him, but Earl was trying to brawl with him. You know what I mean? And that's why when Earl, you remember when they were talking about running it back, right? And then they were like, yeah, Earl said, well, nah, I'm not going to fight him the same way this time. Did you hear Earl say that? He was like, I'm going to switch it up because fighting Sean's way is just too, what you do was you smothering your own damn punches. You know what I'm saying? And Bud like, nah, I'm not going to get in your fight. I'm going to hit you with some good, clean shit. But I think Sean was in shape. That's what I'm saying about the Bud Crawford fight. I think Sean was in shape, but I think he had ring rust and mentally he wasn't 100% there. Because at the end of the day, he wasn't in there brawling like he normally is. You know what I mean?
He couldn't.
He
couldn't. Not against Bud. That ain't smart. That ain't smart against Bud to fight that way.
Huh?
I don't think it would have been smart of him to fight that way against Bud.
Yeah, but that's still classic Sean. Like Sean, the first few rounds, it was like he was hesitant a little bit. That's what I saw out of Sean, a little hesitation. And I don't know if it was ring rust or what, but that's what I got out of Sean.
Okay, so I'm already setting up the play. Hold on. I'm already setting up the play after this Ugas and Spence fight.
Okay.
This is the play. Man. Oh, I'm gonna wait for Drake before I say it. Drake getting ready to come back.
Okay.
Where you go? There you go. This is the play.
Testing.
Yeah, you good now.
Yeah, you good.
I'm setting up the play for after the Spence Ugas fight. When the Earl fans go crazy after he beat the shit out of Ugas, right? I'm gonna go on there and say, hey man, Ugas remind me of Sean Porter. I think, y'all use the excuse with the Porter wasn't in his right mind and all this, falling asleep on the broadcast, this, that, and the other. Every time I see Ugas, he had somebody fighting, he all in the cameras, all in the video. That man ain't taking this fight serious. You see my narrative on that?
I got what you said.
Yeah, but they ain't gonna want to hear that shit. But that's the type of shit that they did for the Bud fight with Sean. So Kwame get mad at me all the time, but I'm like, bro, I like both of them, but I gotta show you what you're doing on the other side. And they just don't, they overlook that shit.
Some fans, and like I said, I'm a fan, but I can admit when I'm being biased. You know what I mean? But Bingo. At the end of the day, I honestly do feel that Bud would have beat Porter, but I just think mentally, I think that I honestly think that Porter knew he was gonna retire after that fight anyway. It just felt like that. You know what I mean? That's just how I felt, that he was gonna retire. That mentally he wasn't now in there, because at the end of the day, he should have kept going to the point where Bud had to stop him, where he couldn't get up off the mat. You know what I mean? And I don't think no other fight in Sean's career, his dad would have stopped that fight and pulled him out. That's the only reason why I say that about Porter on that particular fight.
Listen to this though. The style that Porter fight at, I fucking hate it. Like I just told y'all earlier. But EJ to go in there and fight that type of style with him, and he didn't have to, I felt that would have fell on EJ if it went the wrong way. Just like when Bud just fought Sean, and Sean decided not to fight Bud like that. I think Sean decided not to fight Bud like that because of the countering and Bud's length. And he has to come in the inside. So I'm thinking that Sean does have boxing skills, believe it or not, y'all. Like
he really does. He does.
And he was trying to box Bud, but you're not gonna beat him like that either.
Nah, you're not gonna beat Bud. You're not gonna beat Bud at boxing. Bud's skills is too good for Sean, but this is my point. Sean's style smothers your punches, which carries a long time, right?
Yeah.
So if he had smothered a lot of Bud's punches, I'd be like, yeah, Bud just finally caught his ass, right? But it was a lot of time he was just hesitant. I'm like, that ain't normally Sean Porter to be hesitant. Like,
well, Tennessee.
He was thinking.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. You can do that with Earl. You know why? Earl is right there in front of you. So he didn't have to think where Earl was. He didn't have to use no angles, because Earl was right there with Sean Porter. Matter of fact, Sean Porter was damn near windmilling himself and hitting and blasting Earl. He couldn't do that. He couldn't do that with TC.
Using the phone booth.
But no, I got one better than that. Kell Brook laid a better whipping on Sean Porter than Terrence Crawford did. And Kell Brook, Sean Porter tried to go in there and maul him and do all the stuff he did, but it wasn't effective.
You know what? I can agree with you on that, Scott. I can agree with that because Kell he gave him like a more throughout the rounds whooping on him type shit.
Yeah, he did.
Bud caught him late.
Yeah, Bud caught him late. And Sean Porter was effective a little bit on a few of those things, right? Yeah. But then at the end, you look at it like Kell Brook, he eventually, I think he was too big, too strong for Sean. Yep. I think that Bud, you know, Bud is Bud, man. Bud stopped him. I mean, I ain't taking nothing away from Bud. And I'm not saying that if Porter had smothered his punches, it would have happened anyway differently than that. But I just don't think mentally or whatever it was that Sean was doing, he was ready. I think that in a way, Sean was really already decided he was going to retire. It just seems like that.
So what about Ugas right now? Because I don't think he's doing what he needs to be doing right now to have that caliber of fight, because everybody's saying he deserves it, and you know he's deserving of a fight. But right now, I'm just gonna keep it a band. He does not have to sell the fight. He don't got to do shit but go in that gym and train.
Right.
He can show up for a press conference or some shit like that. But like, dog, for that magnitude of a fight where you could potentially fuck the bag up and then beat Bud and be undisputed, bro, y'all wouldn't catch me in the cameras all on TV like that.
Right.
If that's not my job.
Right.
I think Ugas is playing possum, bro. I think he up there.
I'm like you. I think Ugas is dialed in.
Why you say that?
Ugas, you see Ugas up there with them shades on, bro, and he got them $3,000 shades on, man. And he up there, and
he got them buffs on.
Yeah, and he's shining. And I as soon as he get out that press conference, you know what's happening?
Running laps.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. I hope that's the approach, but I can only go off of what I'm seeing.
Man,
like everybody else said about Sean.
Yeah, but I'll tell you the difference I think about Ugas. Ugas, I think that little bit of limelight he got is addictive to him. It's like he ready to go out there and about die in that ring before he let that pretty girl go and the ass go.
He like it. He like that shit now.
He love it. He love it. And his beautiful girlfriend he got, he ain't trying to lose that. He ain't trying to lose it, man.
She is a dime for real.
She bad, man. I think Ugas, man, I honestly think I like your boy said, I think he got them glasses on, he in his own little world. And when he gets out of there, he going right training. I think he's really committed on this one.
You say you really think what?
I think he's pot committed. He's all in. Like we say in poker, he's all in.
Yeah.
And you know why? You know why? His eyes tell it. And when he was up there and he had that grin and he was looking over there, Earl, and he flashed that grin and he like, okay, you know what I'm saying? That's straight.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going through my phone. Earl looked kind of like lackadaisical, like.
Well, he kind of always looked like that to me, though. Kind of like, I'm here.
Yeah. It was
No,
just a different look on his face today, man. Something about him
what
wasn't
you see,
dialed
Drake?
in.
Speak on it. What you see?
It's just something about him wasn't dialed in. He wasn't focused today. I don't know if that press conference wasn't up. He wasn't up for that press conference. It's just something about that look was kind of like dreamy. It wasn't that focused eye the tiger look, you know. It was kind of
I mean, he
dreamy
looked good
look.
as far as body wise, like the little clips I done seen him, with the sparring and stuff like that. So the weight
Up
don't look
here,
like it's gonna be a problem this time around.
up here, he was kind of dreamy.
Mental. You
I
talking
know
about
what you
mental?
mean. You know, like normally when Earl gets close to right before time they great fight, he looked pissed off and he like, man, I'm ready to go and get it on. He looked like I'm ready to tear you apart. And it could be that because it's still so early inside the
We got like a month and a
when he
week
starts
left.
weight, Earl gets that pissed off look at him. You know what I mean? That you know what I mean? That I'm ready to get this over with. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He gets that.
Right
You know
time
what? You know what, Tennessee? He gets that. Why we here? I'm ready to fight. Look, this a waste of time. That's how he looked.
Yeah.
But he didn't have that look today.
Today he looked kind of calm, like
I said
no fire, no fire.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
I agree with you on that.
Yeah, and Ugas was cocky. Ugas cocky, bro.
You think he was cocky today?
Oh yeah.
Why you say
cocky.
that?
Man, he grinning. He got the buffs on. He whispering to his man. Whoop, 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 whoop. He yeah. All right.
Yeah. Hey, I agree with you because you remember when they asked him to talk, what he do? He controlled the whole thing, made everybody pause for a moment of silence.
Man, that nigga did about an 8-minute prayer, bro.
Controlling the crowd.
He did though. I give him that. He did.
Yeah.
So round one Ugas? Round one Ugas?
What? Round one Ugas. Round one Ugas.
I don't know if I'm on the fence with that.
He did control the press conference, though.
Round one Ugas.
Round one Ugas. I give it to Ugas.
We can get round. They're gonna have a couple of more. So
Yeah.
But I'm like you, man. I gotta start seeing them other Earls, the pissed off Earl. But one thing he did say is that his training camp going so good, he ain't having a fat camp. And like he said, he finally having fun in there, and he feeling stronger, and he ain't feeling so weak and so pissed off. So we'll see how it all changes around the beginning of April. Then we'll know.
Oh, for sure. Facts.
Or a month out. Because they just started training camp, didn't they?
Yeah. They just started last month?
Yeah.
Was it last month or about 2 weeks ago? What was
that was last month. Yeah, like 2 weeks ago. Because they probably had like a 8-week training camp or some shit like that.
Yeah, 8 weeks.
Yeah. I'm a reserve.
18.
Now we really gonna start seeing in these press conferences coming up, like you said. Now I agree with Tennessee and I agree with you, Goon, that we're gonna see a lot in the next press conference if because they're both gonna be peaking. They're both gonna be mad because they ain't having sex and can't eat a steak.
Can't eat.
That's what I'm talking about.
You see what I'm saying?
Talking about.
So we're gonna really see their personalities come out in their press conference. Because I think Spence gonna look at Ugas because Spence is a street dude, and he gonna look at Ugas like, look at this cocky one. This one, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I think it's gonna come off, and he gonna pick up on them vibes, and I think that's when and it's kind of hard because it's a language barrier too. So even if Spence even say something smart, Ugas not gonna catch it. You know what I'm saying? So,
but let's be honest though, bro. What does Ugas have to keep Spence off him? Spence is gonna walk him down with the high guard and beat his body up and beat him up, bro. I'm telling you.
Only thing about it is, man,
Ugas
is real good.
He gonna find out that he can't outbox Ugas, and he gonna go to the high guard, walk him down and beat him up.
So you don't think it don't make you nervous a little bit that Ugas that's what they taught is fighting a bunch of southpaws?
I don't feel the least bit worried, bro.
I'm a little
Not in
bit.
this fight. Not in this fight.
I don't think Uga's hands is heavy enough. So
That's my point.
even if he do connect on Spence, he's not gonna stop that. That's a wrecking
Spence
ball
gonna take
coming
it to
at
get
him.
in and land. A couple of body shots.
Yeah, it's a wrecking ball. Spence a wrecking ball, man. And Spence not gonna stop till he get to that body. He gonna throw 100 punches around, and he gonna pick it up, and he gonna do what he got to do. You know what I'm saying?
I tell you what's making me a little nervous. What do y'all think about that eye surgery? I mean, I'm factoring a little bit of that in. What do y'all think? But today he said he great. He said, man, that ain't no problem.
I could only take him for his word. If he say good, you know what I'm saying, he get in there. But I think Earl go in there and he gonna take it easy the first 2-3 rounds, and then he go pick it up. But in them first 1 to 2 to 3 rounds, he's gonna be touching Uga's body to take them legs and that power away for later on in that fight. And he go beat him up till the referee pull him up off of him.
You think he gonna go in there trying to stop Ugas?
Yep. But that's not gonna be the game plan. But for his style, and I know what he gonna do, he gonna beat him up.
I agree with that. That. I'm hoping for that anyway, because I want to see him and Bud go at it. I tell you the other thing too. I want Spence to be I want him to be impressive off this fight, so that way it'll help that Bud fight. So that way nobody can cry about the eye. I don't want to second guess the eye. And that way everybody's on the right playing field. So no matter who wins, because you remember at first, Bud too small. I was like, I want Bud to go get some fights. Now Bud showed you he can stop anybody. He done stopped every welterweight he done been in there with, right? So we can't call Bud small no more. We can't.
No, they said he couldn't punch too back then too.
Huh?
Remember they were saying he wasn't a big puncher back then too when he first came in at 147.
Yeah.
And now I was one that was saying I thought he was too little when he moved up.
I was too. I'm
gonna be real about it.
Yeah. But now he done grew into that and put that muscle on. He actually hits harder now than he's ever hit. He's more effective at 147 than he was at 140 and 135.
Yep, I agree.
More effective.
I agree.
I think what Bud did is he's fighting off his front foot, and I think he sacrifices lateral movement with power. So I think instead of fighting up the front foot like he normally does, he launches off the back one for that power, and he plants more. So it gives that when he gets hit, that's what he does. You know, I think he gets caught on that back foot launching, and he taking a picture because he's on that back foot. When before he used to fight off that front foot, he was able to pivot, get away from you, and hit you and step over and catch you with that left hand. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But so I think he still got it. I know we was on the show one day and they said, well, Bud he ain't fought like that, but he can fight like that.
Yeah, he can. He can.
Yeah. These are the things that he can do, the intangibles that he would have to pull out if he fighting a Spence. And he's gonna have to angle Spence like that the same way. He gonna have to shoot that jab out, miss on purpose, step to the side of Spence, because Spence gonna be there. There ain't no question.
Yeah, he coming.
Yeah, he coming. And that's when Bud is a natural counter puncher. And I think Bud gonna swell Spence face up by about the 8th round, 9th round. They're gonna have to stop it.
You think so? You think Bud is stopping Spence in the 8th round?
Oh hell yeah. If Sean Porter swell his face up like that, it's a wrap.
That's but I'm gonna tell you what, it's a difference because Spence, I think he taking training more serious now than he did with Sean Porter with them fat camps and shit coming in missing weight.
Check it out, though.
I think we got a whole different Spence. I think we got the Spence that was in there fighting and sparring with Floyd than the other Spence, than the one hanging out in the club with Yellow.
Check it out. It goes back to what I said. This go to show you how I don't really pick no fight out. I just say what I said. Bud always in the gym.
Yeah.
Spence wasn't in the gym.
Yeah.
Right? So when I seen Bud fight, who was before Sean Porter? What was that? Green Machine, then Sean Porter?
Yep, Green Machine, then Sean Porter, yep.
I was like, when he fought Green Machine, I was like, he ready to fight Earl. You feel what I'm saying? I'm just talking about just everything I'm watching because I know this dude, he's locked in and he's in the gym all the time. So the argument what we had the other day about it was like Spence, and I was like, one fighter A is in the gym doing what he's supposed to do. Fighter B isn't. But fighter B, I'm basically saying Earl and Smith. I mean Earl and Bud right now. This is the reason why I'm betting on Bud. You know what I'm saying? He done came in the division, and now he's a grown man at that division, and he's continually doing the things that he's supposed to be doing. Whereas people want to give fighter B a way out because he wasn't doing the things that he was supposed to do. Kind of like what I said about Ugas earlier. Like, dog, every time I see him, he in the camera. I'm being funny, but I'm being for real too at the same time. Because EJ is in the gym.
I'm gonna have to come back in. I can't hear y'all. My phone. I'm gonna have to come back in. I'm gonna go out and come back in.
You know, Drake, because he is in the gym. I turned the stove off because you forgot about it. Turn it up. But you get where I'm going with that though, Drake?
Yep, I agree with you. I think I'll reserve until Tennessee come back in. But I agree with you, and to expand on your point is, yeah. And I think Earl knew that too.
Yeah.
And I think that's the reason why it's 4 years. Yeah, it's 4 years and we didn't get that fight. You know what I mean?
Like, now we've been saying that he been calling dog out. Was he saying that he was calling him out for 4 years, or?
I don't know. I caught that. Or did he say he was
earlier.
waiting? He said I've been waiting for him for 4 years.
Yeah. Bud did just throw a party. He did throw a party. AJ.
I bet you Bud didn't drink though. That's it. Okay, he back.
Yeah, I'm back. Yeah, somebody called in, man, and it went crazy.
Oh yeah. We was just still on. We didn't change it. I was still on Goon when Goon said that, and I said in return to Goon, I said I think Earl knew that too. That's why Earl didn't want to fight TC until now. Earl knew that what he was doing outside of that ring, he had to do it. He couldn't have step against a fella like TC. You can't come in there 99%.
Right. Well,
so how can somebody, like, it just, for me, man, when it comes to my money, I'm gonna be real, bro. I'm not trying to get that shit to y'all, bro. So for my money, I'm going with the dog that I think is doing the right thing. It don't got nothing to do against the other person. But if you're gonna be a fan or you're gonna be a bettor, which one is it?
Yeah.
Fan, they're gonna rap with this guy because they rock with him, and I'm a fan of this guy. But a bettor, they're trying to get that bag.
I agree with you on that. I agree with you on that.
And no emotional attachments to it. I like TC because I think TC I think he got the more intangibles than Earl. I think he got the most tools in the toolbox. I just think he's a better all around boxer than Earl. We talk about Earl being a great boxer, but I haven't seen Earl box. I haven't seen Earl really.
I've seen moments.
Yeah, but I haven't seen him box on his toes. You know what I'm saying? I think all the right, and that's not taken away from Earl because Earl is great and elite at what he does, and if it ain't broke, don't break it.
Yep.
That's all. He's a straightforward boxer, straightforward fighter, not boxer. He's a straightforward fighter, and he get the job done at what he do. I mean, is he gonna change? I don't think a leopard gonna change his spots now. It's too late in the game to start tiptoeing through the daisies. He gonna continue to come forward and be that wrecking ball. Will TC?
I think what Spence told Boots plays here. Boots said I got more tricks than Crawford and Spence. Spence said, man, you probably do got more tricks, but I can flat out fight. And I think that's what it comes down to this on Spence. My only hesitation is how he's going to handle the surgeries and mentally how he'll do once he get in there with Ugas. If he goes in there with Ugas with what do you call it?
Apprehension.
Reckless abandonment, goes in there and fights like he normally fights, like, man, I don't give a shit what you do. I'm stopping you. If he goes in there like how he did Kell Brook and everybody else, and he fights like that again, then I'm picking Spence over Bud. If he goes in there and I start seeing something different from Spence, him trying to change up, him trying to try something new, and his confidence ain't there, then that's when I say, well, you know what? It's, you know what I mean? It's going to be a little different.
Why wouldn't his confidence be there, though?
I'm just saying, I'm not saying it will be or won't, But I'm saying after those, because like he said with the Danny Garcia fight, he said when he fought Danny, he said when he came in, he was a little nervous on how, because he kept hearing how everybody talking about he might not be able to take a punch. And you remember that time Danny hit him after the bell, and he looked like, man, that was nothing, right? I think in the back of his head, he still was thinking, you know what I mean?
He had to have that for reassurance.
Yeah. You know, it's just, you know, I think if you go through something dramatic a little bit, you might be a little bit nervous yourself till you get in there and get back open. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I think that with this Ugas fight, because with Danny, he saw that he was back. But what did he say after the Danny fight? I was about 80%, right? Had a little ring rust and all that, right? Now he's saying, I'm back. You know, he wasn't using Blu-ray. But when you look at Spence now, you see his physical look now. He's looking like the old Spence.
He looks strong. Yeah. He looks strong.
Yeah, he looks strong.
TC, I'm gonna address this. Then I got a question for you, Tennessee. Area said, if Spence didn't box, what was the Mikey fight? And Mikey fight was a showcase fight, bro. Just like the Peterson fight, that was a showcase fight. I'm talking about when somebody putting that pressure on you and you have to box. You have to stay away from a fella. Not when you just feel like you so comfortable that you want to showcase your jab and showcase your step aside. I'm talking about when somebody win that fight. Yeah. Absolutely. I'm talking about when somebody putting that pressure on you, you got to dance and skip away, baby. You got to float like a butterfly. I'm not talking about that confident swag. Let me go ahead and hit him with this and try this because I got him. Nah, bro. Bro.
You don't got time to think like that when a motherfucker on your ass that's on your level.
Yeah.
Well,
See them,
and I agree with that, but it's just like the Kell Brook fight. Kell wasn't in there bullshitting around. Kell was actually winning some of the rounds. But what did Spence do? Spence went in there with bandits erect. You know what I mean? A band. Well, you know what I'm saying. So he went right on in there.
High guard after he was getting touched after that 6th round.
Hey,
walked him down and beat him up.
But did Spence ever back off like, hey, second guess it? In his mind, it was like, nigga, I'm gonna stop you. It don't matter how it might be the 12th round, but I'm stopping you.
I'm getting you out of here.
That same mentality, that's the mentality I'm saying he's got to come in with Bud. Because I think, honestly, with Bud's doing this, you know, he can switch southpaw, orthodox, whatever he wants, right? I give Bud more boxing skills than Spence, right? But Spence's style is what I'm betting on. That I'm coming in, I'm gonna break your body down the same way that Charlo did Harrison. Remember? Harrison was doing good through the boxing. Towards about the 10th round, what'd he do? Start getting tired. Start trying to play. Start trying to stick out his tongue. And then what happened after that?
Let's be honest about that. You know, I'm a Detroiter, but it's a known fact. Tony tires out late fights. Charlo and all that. So but I seen the play that they was getting ready to put down. Because he was clearly outboxing Charlo.
He was?
At the time of the stop, they had Charlo up way ahead. So I already knew what time that was.
Right.
I think too though, man, when you say the style, see, Earl gotta bring that ass to get ass. He can't leave his at home and come get Buzz. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, so when he coming in there, Bud is a natural counter puncher off either foot, off either hand, any angle. Bud can knock you out at any time. Yeah. He can wobble you with one punch, finish you with the second one. You see what I'm saying? And he put them together like that.
Punches with Bud.
Yeah, it don't have to be that way with Bud. As you can see, I'm down, he up, okay, boop, boop, stop the fight. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's just real talk, bro. Spence, he got to be careful when he coming in there with the head on that straight line, because Bud is going to have fun with him if he do that. Bud is going to angle him. Spence going to go in that high guard. Bud going to pick him apart because Bud don't get tired. So we ain't gonna say no Tony Henry.
But Spence don't either. Spence got a work rate. He got.
Yeah, I ain't never seen Earl tired either though.
That's true. But
and he got
when have you seen Earl? And this goes for Boots too. When have you seen Earl have to worry about some heat coming back at you?
Yeah, but you know one thing about Earl though, you gotta give him credit. Even when Kell Brook was on that ass, man, Earl got some good defense. He hung in there. Those punches. He parries a lot of punches, man. So that means he can stay right there in that fire with you. And Earl's going to that body. And you know what? That means Bud's going to have to take them steps back. Bud's going to have to.
That's Bud's whole.
Have to step back, catch him coming in.
That's Bud's whole. That's Bud's natural. That's Bud's natural fighting, though.
But that's what he do, though. He starts doing sound like that.
That's what he do. Yeah. He steps back.
But you know what? Sean wasn't smothering them punches. Sean was giving Bud a few times to get some of them punches off.
He couldn't. He couldn't smother him.
Sean in the chest with that hook. I was like, it's over.
Tennessee. He couldn't smother Bud. Bud was backing up that half a foot and dropping that left
real
hand.
Cool. Respect, feeling real cool. Was that Stan Lyles? Yeah, it does work both ways. For sure. Yeah, you 100% correct.
Yeah. We ain't saying that. We ain't saying that, Stan. What we saying is we talking about the styles and how both of their styles offset each other, and it's gonna boil down to who can force their will on the other boxer.
Right.
Cause right now, Bud can't fight on the inside, and Spence can't fight on the high guard. He goes in the high guard. He can't fight off the back foot. And plus, on top of that, you got TC being a natural counterpuncher. Earl is naturally aggressive. So we just gonna see who gonna take who. We gonna see what's happening. Yeah. If TC punching like that, we gonna find out in that second round. If Earl really gonna apply that pressure, he either gonna apply that pressure or he gonna get fucked up them first 1 or 2 rounds.
Oh, Earl applying that pressure, man. Earl bringing that
pressure. I will
pressure,
say this though, man. That is it's dangerous because of the fact that the style that he going against with Bud. Yeah. With the angles and stuff. Because that high guard, I don't have it working unless he can hurt Bud to the point that Bud can't recover. You feel what I'm saying? Because high guard, all you gotta do is move punches. Touch him to the body too. He gonna have to get ass to get, you know what I'm saying? Like Drake said. Bud can lay black in boxing. Catch him with some shit coming in, counter, catch him. But if he in close range and on the ropes laying around, it's trouble. So who go enforce that will first?
Man, listen, my money on Spence, man.
I feel you, bro.
And I'm gonna tell you something else too. A lot of people behind closed doors, and I'm sure y'all know, a lot of people behind closed doors will vouch that Spence got more skills than just walking you down in those sparring matches. What he did to Floyd wasn't him just in there just bullying. You know what I mean? He really went in there and boxed Floyd and did some shit with Floyd.
That was sparring though, bro.
Yeah, I know, but it still shows you he can go in there and compete.
Can I be?
I agree.
People just got some tricks up their sleeve. You feel me?
Well, I agree with you because like I was trying to tell Kwame on our show, I said that Spence came out with a hell of a cosign because he gave Floyd that black eye. He stopped Adrian Broner. You know what I mean? And he made Sean Porter. He made Sean Porter cry. So you know what I'm saying? So he come out with he got some tricks, but I haven't seen him.
It ain't just him coming forward throwing a few body shots. You see what I'm saying? He just
he got a good ring IQ.
And he's like, I'm gonna do this to you until you make me do something different.
Right, and that's what I was just ready to say. But for the level of competition that he's fought, that's all he had to do. That's all. That's the only thing I'm saying. Yeah, you got to think. The boy been all over the world. I've been with him since the amateur, so I know about he can box. But what he's doing right now, that's just his style is what he's doing. Like he fought nobody that he got to do something different with. He chose to fight Mikey Garcia that way. He chose to fight Sean Porter that way. Yeah, that tells me that he was thinking like, oh, this shit gonna be easy.
Right.
Now, when a motherfucker on your ass, you can't think like that.
And in his mind, he looked at them like they was a pushover. That was disrespectful for him to fight Sean and Sean's style and Mikey in that style. He disrespected them with that. Now, when he do that with Terrence, hell no. Terrence right now, really to be honest, and Spence knows it and everybody knows it, Terrence is the #1 pound for pound fighter in the world. Period.
1 or 2.
And you're not gonna fight Terrence Crawford with that shit. You can't go in playing. You can't do none of that.
Can I get a minute, Scott?
Yeah, go ahead.
So again, I'm gonna piggyback on what I said earlier. You just said that man is the #1 fighter. I said 1 or 2. How do you want to do it?
Yeah.
You gonna tell me you gonna take a dude and be in fat camp and ain't taking the shit serious over a guy that's considered the best boxer in the world right now? This is why I get upset with the fans and the betting and all that. I'm like, that makes no sense to me.
Well, I'll tell you the reason why. I'll tell you the reason why. I think that it was like Roy Jones that went and played a basketball game before he had a boxing match. Once the shit comes so easy and ain't nobody on your level, you don't take it serious. And then him being in the clubs, I don't think it was just him just not really caring, but I think it was he never had that kind of money. He out with Yellow Beezy, he getting all these chicks and shit like that. That was more addictive and pull him out of it, right? But I think with that wreck, have to start all over and come back and change up some of the stuff he did, and having his kids and he looking at him and see how vulnerable he is, he like, man, I gotta get my shit together, right?
Almost was not here no more.
What he doing? He got his food, he got his food together. But the thing about it is, he always stuck with Derrick James and did what Derrick James told him to do, right? So his skills was there. Now his nutrition is there. Now he's taking that. Now Bud never been out of shape. So that's why I say Bud is the #1 pound for pound in my book, right? But I got Spence #2 pound for pound in my book.
Oh, wow. Okay. So where you gonna put Canelo at?
My #2.
I got Canelo #1. I got Bud 2. And I don't even got Spence. I got Spence at probably, I don't even know who Spence is right now. So I wouldn't even put Spence even in the top 5 pound for pound right now.
So he ain't even in the top 10?
I put him probably at 7, 6 or 7. But not 1 through 5.
Well, give me your top 5. Give me your top 5.
I want to hear it too.
Well, you know, we're not counting heavyweights, right? Because heavyweights is not pound for pound.
We're not the heavyweights because I don't put heavyweights in there.
What up, Kev?
Yeah, I got Canelo at 1. I got Bud at 2. I got let me see, what I said at 3. Damn, I just had the fucking names, bro.
Heavyweight or the lightweight dude?
The lightweight.
What his name?
The little short
the dude from
whatever.
Inaka, yeah.
So you got him at 3.
Inui. Is it Inui or something?
I think it's a Inui.
All right, who you got at 4?
And I got that Russian dude,
Usyk?
Not Usyk, but the Russian dude that's middleweight. I think, what's his name?
Bivol?
Not Bivol. Not Bivol. What is his name, man? Benavieve. I think so. I think that's him.
Better
the one that just beat up old boy.
Yeah, him. The Benavieve.
Derrick James didn't stop the fight.
Benavieve.
Marcus Brown and Arthur Beaver.
Yeah. And then that's it. And I probably put Earl at 5. But I don't think he touching the top 5. I know it's one more than I was thinking when I said it, but I forgot all.
What about Charlo?
Their names. Oh, I didn't even think of Charlo. So yeah, I got Spence under him because we don't know Spence. Spence ain't had a knockout in 4 years, and that's why I'm telling you.
He's been winning though, but he's been winning.
That's why I'm telling you, Goon. You're going against a dude that's got fat camp. You're going against a dude that ain't had a knockout. We're going against a dude that you ain't seen 2 fights in 5 years, and you saying he gonna get in there and stop an active Ugas? I don't know. With a surgery,
my same shit on me. Good point.
Right. With a surgery on the eye, ring rust. So not only
I just did that drink.
Yeah.
Good fucking point, bro. Yeah. And that's all motherfuckers gotta say sometimes.
Yeah. Not only is he got the ring rust, but he has to psychologically get over that eye thing.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So he's got to do this all while this fight on the job. He's got to do this on the job. So I that's a lot of stuff to factor in and just first 2-3 rounds. You see what I'm saying?
Bro, good point, man. Because you gotta use me against me. Good point. I like that. For sure. Much
respectively.
Sure.
Now
I got you thinking, don't I, Tennessee?
Tennessee.
I can respect that, but like I don't have Canelo in my top pound for pound.
Why not? How could you not?
Because I think that when you come to a top pound for pound, I gotta put everything in there, right? And that means the reason why I got Bud is because I don't have Bud dodging nobody. I think Bud got heart. I don't see Bud taking the easy way out, and he's always challenging himself, correct? And any challenge he's in, he is dominated like a fashion, right? So I got Bud as #1, right? Canelo has taken PEDs. He has tried to rig fights. Like Kovalev just came off a fight with Anthony Yard, right?
Yeah, that nigga 6 weeks later,
he fights Canelo with a rehydration clause and no rest on, what was it, 4 weeks? 4 weeks?
Yeah. So
Canelo takes that fight. Canelo has continuously tried to figure out how to become a legend without doing all the necessary steps. Like, how you gonna dodge Andre? You're gonna dodge Charlo. You're gonna dodge Benavidez. Then you tell them dudes to go take a tournament And that's why I say a pound for pound comes down to what do you have when it comes down to a dog fight. And look at Chris Colbert. When it came down to a dog fight, was that dog in him? Or did he run? He ran, right?
Yeah, it wasn't
so heart got to come in there. And if you second guessing yourself with 3 different dudes, to me, you're nervous. That ain't number 1 pound for pound champ with me. I can see
so that you have Floyd on pound for pound?
But 3 of them.
Was Mayweather a pound for pound fighter for you?
I think Mayweather was a pound for pound champ.
You know, they said he ain't fight a lot of people. So, like what you just said, it's gonna hurt your argument.
When he was,
hey, Trick, I caught one.
Floyd, he fought people like Diego Corrales, right? Diego Corrales was a beast.
Listen, you know, I'm a distant relative of Floyd, right? I did not want him to take that fight, bro.
With Diego Corrales?
Man, hell no. No way, Jose.
Well, you know, what's his name? Jay Prince? Jay Prince said that Floyd Mayweather was scared of Diego Corrales.
Corrales was a fucking killer. Chico was a killer.
Well, a lot of people were, but I think he was hesitant about fighting him, but he went in there and he did wonders in there.
Well, you know what though? I'm gonna tell you something. When you scared, everything is on point. Every last one. That's why that was one of Floyd's best performances, bro. He was so on point and so dialed in because he knew Diego Corrales had them missiles.
Now that goes again to the point that we were saying earlier. The nigga didn't have no time to think. He just performed. If I'm gonna go in that motherfucker and be like, you know what? I'm gonna fight Trico fight today. That means, man, I don't even really give a fuck about Trico. Like in my mind. Because I like to do that psychological warfare shit. Yeah. I got this nigga already.
Yeah.
Until you do some shit and then like, oh shit, now I gotta fight on my hands. If I'm saying I'm gonna do this, that, and the other in the ring, nigga, you know you're gonna get the dude because you know what I'm saying? That makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense.
But I think that what Floyd is, man, Floyd is people don't understand Floyd's background, man. Roger was a champ, his dad was a champ, and then every other champ that worked with him. I live down in Knoxville, Tennessee, right? So that's right out there where not too far from Morristown. You had somebody, you remember Frankie Randall?
Hey, yeah, I do. Hey, Scott, do me a favor. Go in and come back. I'm gonna let you finish that. We got the echo. I want them to hear what you gotta say.
Okay.
You look like he's getting ready to say some shit. I was like, yeah, we gotta hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah. You alive? Yeah, I'm in. Yeah. I hope so. So yeah, Drake, bro, you gave me some good food on that, bro.
Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah. I don't think he's gonna. I think it's gonna be a UD with Ugas.
Who's favorite?
Spence.
Okay. All right. Go and give it to me, Scott.
Yeah. So somebody said that about Canelo. We'll answer that question in a second. But what I was saying was Frankie Randall was down here, right? And Floyd fought Frankie Randall at age 14. You know what I'm saying? 12, 13, 14 years old. These are world champs that Floyd has fought ever since he was a little kid, more than most boxers ever even get to see. You know what I mean? So Floyd was that champ after champ after champ. So by the time
26 in a row,
years old, man, he was like fighting somebody that was 40 years old. You know what I mean?
That might be you, bro. Yeah, Floyd fought like 22 or 24 or 26 champions in a row, right?
Yeah, man. So Floyd
but you know, it's always gonna be somebody they say this dude didn't fight. So that's why I use that point.
Oh, I agree with you. Yeah. But when I come down to it is when you look at all the Hall of Famer fighters that Floyd fought, it's a lot of them. From De La Hoya to he fought everybody.
They're gonna say that those people were past their prime and he should have fought Paul Williams.
But you gotta think De La Hoya wasn't really at that point. De La Hoya was still A side, and Floyd was trying to fight him. But when he got in there, he still did what he had to do with everybody, all the same. From Diego Corrales all the way through Manny. You know what I mean? And him and Manny could have fought earlier if Manny had took the drug test.
See, I get upset when people be like, Floyd dug people, whatever, like, he didn't fight Paul Williams. I'm like, bro, nobody would have paid for that fight at the time.
Nah, nobody.
Paul wasn't a household name. Paul was a bad motherfucker, but one, he wasn't going to beat Floyd. Two, his name wasn't big enough yet. Same thing with Thurman at the time. You know what I'm saying? It was like, yeah, Thurman a bad motherfucker, but we got to pay all this bread to see the Floyd fight, and that's not warranted fighting them yet.
I think the only thing that only plausible that's even close is probably Khan.
I told niggas that a long time ago. They laughed me off all
that
kinds
what
of
now?
basketball.
That what now?
At the
Floyd,
time,
yeah, Khan really was Khan was that shit, and Khan had them hands, and Floyd kind of was like, nah, I'm straight on him.
Yeah. And actually, Khan was going to get that fight. A lot of people didn't know that shit.
Yeah.
But he stayed, you know, Floyd liked to be the one to leak shit. And Khan said, yeah, the fight signed, this, that, and the other. And then Floyd went the other way.
Yeah.
And Khan was fucked up behind it. But Khan
we talking that 140 Khan. We're not talking about 147 Khan. Yeah, for the people out there that didn't know, we talking about 140 Khan.
Yeah, Khan was straight, but I think Floyd would have capitalized on it because Floyd was, you know, the best thing about Floyd, a lot of people don't understand is Floyd was never the hardest puncher or the fastest fighter out there. He found a way to do chess moves and eliminate what you could do, right? So with that being said, somebody like Khan was faster, but Floyd had a way of neutralizing that timing. You know what I mean? Floyd's timing is perfect. Now we got Mr. Jackson here. He said, what's the problem with Canelo having rehydration clause at 175? He's already at a disadvantage. What do you think about that?
Me?
Yeah, what do you think about that?
I think that's cool. I mean, until you got to beat the man. Once you beat him, then you make the rules.
No,
you see what I'm
I
saying?
was saying somebody up here, it's on my phone, so it's small. Mr. Jackson wrote, why is it a problem with Canelo having a rehydration clause at 175? He's already at a disadvantage.
I can see that. He's short. Yeah, he's short. So I can see him not letting you get away with not only am I short, but you're not gonna come in here weighing 20 pounds more than me. You know what I'm saying? So I can see that with Canelo. I would do the same thing if I was Canelo. If you don't like it, be the A side. So long, I'm the jackpot.
I think that this is where I had a problem with a little bit of that is that if you're a champion and you just if you got to think when Canelo went up, this is my problem when I said about Kovalev, because that's what I said about Kovalev, a rehydration cause with the Kovalev fight, is that if you're going to try to take Kovalev's belt, I think it should be a little bit on Kovalev's terms of saying, because like you remember when Floyd, they did a catch weight at 154 because Floyd was still fighting at 147, right? So he gave Canelo he didn't give Canelo a rehydration clause. He just gave him a catch weight. So they catch weight at 152, and he allowed Canelo to come in at 160 something. Canelo was 15 pounds heavier, right? So why wouldn't Canelo do the same thing for the champ that's up there to get that champ's belt? You see what I'm saying? Like Kovalev. You give Kovalev a 4-week turnaround after a war he had with who do we say? Anthony Yard, right? Remember they had that war.
Okay,
Anthony Yard almost had him beat, right?
Yep.
Anthony Yard ran out of gas. Kovalev pulled it off, stopped Anthony Yard, right? Because Anthony Yard went out of gas. Canelo gave him a 6-week or 4-week turnaround to be back in the ring, right? He's already depleted. You only give this man, he didn't have enough time to rest in between fights, right? So if you're going to go up and take this man's belt and you make him where he can't rehydrate, you're not even fighting Kovalev. Who are you fighting? He's a shell of himself, right? So I can't give Canelo credit. I give him credit for the win because Kovalev shouldn't have took the fight. But I don't give it to him and saying that was the best move to be Canelo, the quote-unquote face of boxing. That's where I have a problem with it. If you're going to move up to a weight class to fight somebody, then you should say, hey, I'm moving up to your weight class. We make that weight. And if you got to gain weight, go and beat him at their own game. You got to find a way to beat him.
Yeah, yeah.
But I don't blame him for giving that. I don't blame him, Canelo, for giving that. But I don't give Canelo #1 pound for pound for doing stuff like that.
I mean, shit, it is what it is, bro. I mean, that's the cash cow and the face of boxing, and he undefeated. I mean, you see what I'm saying?
But of course he's gonna be undefeated when he's fighting fighters that caters to his style. Like
I mean, but But listen, we can say the same thing for all of them, bro. We can say the same thing for. We can make that same argument about Wilder coming up through there. Everybody was wide open for that right hand with Wilder. He was
Yeah,
picked.
but
All
who
his
do you
opponents
say
was,
Wilder dodged? Name 2 people Wilder dodged.
he didn't. I don't think he ducked nobody. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
so name a person that Terrence Crawford or Earl Spence or anybody else that's actively fighting right now that they're dodging besides T.O. and Cambosis. Besides them,
I don't.
who's dodging?
I don't think they dodging.
Canelo is. Because why? Tell me this. Why hasn't Canelo fought Andrade? Because Andrade had the last belt for being undisputed at 154. So why didn't Canelo fight him?
And I'm not even a Canelo fan, but I have to agree with Canelo. Why don't y'all fight each other? Why y'all worried about what I'm doing?
Okay, well, let me ask this. Who did Yildirim fight? Who did Rocky Fielding fight? BJ Sanders, Colin Smith, and who has Bebo fought to earn a spot?
I mean, but I'm just I honestly I think Bevel or whatever his name is, I think that he's better than the Charlo. I think he's better than Charlo.
Oh, okay.
I think he's
Bevel,
bigger. I think
what does
he's
he do?
stronger.
What
I
does he
think
do?
that I think the Charlo only has the 1-2 and that's it. I think that Bevel dude, I think he can box, he can dance, he's quick, he can angle. I
Bivol
think
is kind of Bivol is a one-dimensional fighter. He does that jab. He's got a good 1-2, right? He doesn't have a lot of movement, and he fits.
Bevel.
Bivol don't have a whole lot of movement. He don't have a lot of movement that you're gonna get like at an Andrade or Charlo, and that's what Canelo needs. See,
Do you think
Canelo's.
Bevel can beat? Do you think Bevel beat Charlo or Andrade?
I don't know if at 175, and the reason why I say because I don't know how they carry their way up to that. Will they still be fast and not get tired? You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying.
Like to see
So
this is the problem.
Bevel would be over them as far as Canelo. Wouldn't you want to see Bevel fight him at 175, bro? Rather than a Charlo or at 175?
Because this is my thing with that. Canelo has problems with fighters like Laura and Floyd. The movement, the rhythm, that timing, that rhythm that black fighters have. Canelo has a problem with that timing, right? Because black people got that rhythm. You see what I'm saying? And Canelo times you. Canelo got upper body movement, but he don't have good feet work. Canelo don't have a lot of good footwork, right? So somebody like Bivol, somebody like a bigger fighter is slower for Canelo. Because see, now Canelo's a little bit faster. He's the faster guy a little bit, right? So what does Canelo do? He comes in, he dodges your punches, and he hits you to the body, starts breaking you down around the 10th round. Them guys get tired because they steady backing up trying to get off, right? That's what they do. And that's the same thing. It happened to Plant. And the thing about Plant don't have power. So he couldn't stop Canelo, right? So, but what did Plant do? Same thing BJ Sanders did. Step back, step back, step back. 10th round, you tired. And that's the same thing gonna happen with Bivol. Bivol is gonna do the jab, and Canelo gonna be a little faster, and he's gonna dodge it, come in. And around the 9th, 10th round, Canelo gonna be putting it on him, and Canelo's gonna win by decision.
I think at 175, I think Bivol is the better choice out of those 3 people. If it's Bivol, if it's Andrade, or if it's whatchamacallit, Bivol, Andrade, and Canelo. I mean Charlo, I would take Bivol at 175 as the best opponent for
Canelo.
Canelo, yeah.
I think it goes into his wheelhouse. I think if you give somebody like Andrade at 168 or Andrade at 160, he's gonna be too fast for Canelo. He's too quick on his feet. So
we talking 175 though, right? We talking 175.
But they're not gonna go up to 175. You know what I mean?
Right.
They going up to 168, right? That's probably
so even at 68. What you think? Even at 68, I think Canelo beats them. I think Canelo beats the shit out of Charlo at 168.
I don't. The only
that 1-2 ain't gonna get it. That 1-2 ain't gonna get it.
I think the only thing that gives me hesitation to say that they won't stop Canelo real fast is because I think that they have to have enough time to adjust in that weight to make sure they don't get tired in the later rounds. You see what I'm saying? It's because they putting on all that weight. Once they get adjusted to that and we see how they do, then I'll say, because like at 160, I say both them guys beat Canelo. And the reason why I say Charlo definitely beats Canelo, because Canelo ain't gonna deal with those Charlo jabs all night. Them jabs will knock you out that Charlo throws, and Canelo can't handle that. And Canelo moving and doing this, nah, Charlo he's not. Charlo got two things that Canelo can't handle: that hard jab and that uppercut when he comes in. And Charlo will knock you out with either one. He's already done it.
I agree.
You got to think, BJ Sanders and Caleb Plant, they had nothing to stop Canelo. They didn't have a real good, powerful jab. They didn't have no uppercut. And Plant, what could Plant do? Plant couldn't even keep enough energy to finish the damn fight. And he was winning.
Listen, at 175, who is Canelo's best opponent at 75? It would have to be Bivol.
I think Beterbiev is a better opponent.
My man. That's my man. That's my man.
I think the reason why is because, see, you're not going to walk Beterbiev down. He's coming in there to destroy you, right? So Canelo coming in, he's going to get put to sleep, or he's going to put Bivol to sleep. And I think at that weight, Bivol is going to be stronger and going to hit harder at that weight, right? Not Bivol, Beterbiev will be stronger. I don't think Bivol is going to be. I think Canelo did like he always does. Finds the weakest champ that has a belt in a certain division, and that's who he goes after.
You know how we're going to solve this? Beat him.
But listen, why don't he fight Charlo and Andrade and shut us all up? If they that easy, why not take their belts?
Hey.
Can you answer
I don't know.
Well, put it this way. So do you think it was better for Canelo to go, you know what? I'm not going to fight Andrade and become undisputed at 154. I'm going to move to 160. Matter of fact, I'm not going to fight you at 160. I'm going to go up. I'm going to fight Caleb Smith, BJ Sanders, and Caleb Plant and become undisputed instead of coming undisputed at 154 and 160. Why didn't he come undisputed at them two weight classes? Can you answer that for me?
Hey, that's how that's the way they moving them, ain't they?
Why? And he's supposed to be fighting for a legacy? That's what he said. He said, I want to be undisputed. I don't care about money. That's what Canelo said, right? So why not take Andrade? And because he could have been undisputed. He was one belt away from undisputed at 154.
Absolutely. I agree. I agree with you on that. I think that honestly, I say this. I think is Goon still in the building?
I don't know. I don't know where he went to real quick.
Oh, Goon.
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm just listening to y'all cook, man.
Oh,
okay.
And look, but if y'all ready to cut it, we can cut it, bro.
No. I was just wondering where you was, brother.
I'm here. I'm listening to y'all. Go ahead.
We got Shorty. We got probably about let's want to go about another 15.
Okay.
Goon, you got company coming, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay. No, I was just saying I don't have no question on how they moving Canelo. It's smart how they moving him. I'm not a Canelo fan, no, but when it comes to that business side of it, brother, he cannot be knocked.
I agree.
You know?
Oh yeah, you know that's my whole thing. That's my whole thing.
Yeah.
His body of work at one time was like a motherfucker. So sometimes I feel fighters should get the benefit of the doubt of a lighter fight at times. I.e. Floyd's last fight when he fought Berto, like, bro, he fought 26 or 24 or 22 straight champions in the world, bro. Like, you know, that's his swan song. He earned that.
Yeah.
But with Canelo, with me, I felt he ducked Triple G till he was boxed in the corner.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree with all that, bro.
Yeah, so
I got one question for y'all, man. What do y'all think about Mickey Bay and what's the dude name that he fighting now? What's the cross-eyed guy? That Tank was supposed to fight. Tevin Farmer. What you think about Mickey Bay and Tevin Farmer without having any type of production? They throwing their own thing out on their own without any type of managers, agents, none of that's involved. No major networks, none of that involved. And they doing their own thing, brother. What y'all think of that? Is that groundbreaking?
I could dig it. I could dig it.
Yeah.
I haven't followed up on that too much.
Really? Yeah, they supposed to be fighting.
I haven't. That's one part I ain't caught all the way.
They throwing it by themselves, bro. Like they selling their own tickets. They no advisors, no promoters, no nothing in it. It's just they called each other like, yo, Tennessee, you want to fight? Yeah, I want to fight. Okay, let's get in touch with some networks and let's move this thing. So they basically doing it by themselves, bro.
Huh.
Yep, no promoters.
Only thing I'm scared of is, do you think like the big boys will talk to the networks and tell them don't cover it? Because if they cover it, then that's going to start a precedent that everybody will start doing it. You know what I mean? And then it opens up a different door. So the big boys might be trying to rally to keep that stuff from not being successful, I would think.
Could be. You know what I mean? We all know that, but now they got, I think it's off the ground.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's off the ground. It's off and running now a little, it's like gain traction now. So it's up there. Shout out to Mickey Bay.
Yeah, shout out to him. Bay. I hope they pull it off.
The Bays can fight, man. The Bays can fight. I'm trying to tell you all. Hey,
I hope they pull it off.
Yeah. So I want to see how it goes, man. It's drama, something to look into, Tennessee. You know what I mean? Yeah. And people on the panel.
I ain't checked it out yet.
Yeah. I just had word of it. Probably like last week or something like that. And I said, man, no promoters, no major networks. They just doing it off their own strength of,
That's dope, though. That's dope, Drake. It's real dope.
Yeah.
Check it, fellas. We gotta go on and cut this one, man. Scott, man. I appreciate you coming on, man. We like to get some last words from you and then Drake, and then we'll kill it.
Man, I appreciate y'all having me on, man. And hope we can do it again soon, man.
For sure.
Oh yeah. Oh man, you know how we is, man. We get down, man, and shout out to Goon and everything, man. He always good brother to me, man. Up there in Detroit, by the way of where's Goon? In Atlanta. You know what I mean?
I'm from Detroit, but I'm in Georgia now.
Oh, okay, well, I'm in Georgia a lot, man. I might look you up when I'm down there, man.
Man, bro, hit me for sure. For sure.
Right,
don't have Goon. You know what? Goon will put you to sleep, bro. So don't have. We ain't gonna discuss the intricacies, but don't let Goon put you on FaceTime on the couch like this. You know how many people he done laid out like that, bro. Don't be a victim. Don't be a victim, Scottie Pippen.
Hey, Scott, if you go to YouTube and put in T-Bibbs 100, you will see some of the guys that I done got on that drinking shit.
Okay, but I already I added your channel on there.
Okay, all right, cool. Yeah, so I got some videos on there, so like
okay.
All right, yeah. But thank y'all fellas, man.
All right.
We'll catch y'all again, man. Appreciate everybody for viewing.
Salute, man.
Salute, bro.